Somehow I'm already behind. I know what you're thinking. Again, you're starting late the vlog. Yes, I was on holidays until very recently, so I could not film, even if I wanted to. I came back literally 3 days ago, so this is the earliest you're gonna get. Today is the 12th of April. Yep, we are almost 2 weeks in, and I've read one book. Love that for me. Speaking of read one book, I have read Recursion by Blake Crouch during my holidays. This was for Inscription, which was to read a book on your highest top shelf, which was the top shelf of my book cart, and I read this. So yay me, we've completed 1 out of 8 books to read. This, if you've never heard of this book, is about a woman who creates this chair that is supposed to help people with Alzheimer's, but ends up being a time-traveling chair where you could go back to one of your memories and relive your whole life since then. Yeah, I hated this. I gave it a 1.5. This was the worst thing ever. I think I just don't like time travel books. So yeah, we finished a book. Yay, us. Me, mostly. So now I decided that I was gonna start Becoming, which, yes, it is Becoming. Because it's kind of big, and I don't know if I'm gonna like this because I never read nonfiction. So we'll see. I've read the preface, and it's okay. Let's see how this goes. I hope I don't feel like I need to DNF this, because that would be very, very sad. Other than that, I don't know if I'm gonna do the alchemy side quest thing. But if I do, the prompt is to read a book with night in the title, I think. And I was thinking I would do Last Night at the Telegraph Club if I actually do have time for that, which I highly doubt, because I still have a lot of fat books to read. Okay, so yeah, that's it. It's been a while. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm now 23 years old. I don't like that, but it is what it is. For once in my life, I actually liked my birthday, so yay to that. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of an update, even though I'm really behind, and it's currently the 20th of April. Anyways, I've reached page 78 of Girls Made of Snow and Glass. Not what I was expecting, but I am liking it. I thought there was romance in this, and there's not. I don't know why I thought there was romance, but whatever. And then, I don't even know what I told you last. I started that because Becoming is not really my type of book. But I'm getting through it. I'm almost at part 2, which is Becoming Us, I think. Yes. I'm on page 84, which is chapter 7, if anyone is interested. I'm liking it. It's just, I don't think that I'm really a non-fiction kind of girl. Like, it's interesting to find out about Michelle's life, but also, I don't know, I feel like I need something else. I think I'm just more of a fiction kind of person, but I'm still gonna read it because I wanna read it. That was a beautiful explanation, Olivia. Back to the book that I'm actually more hyped about. If nobody has ever heard of this before, I hadn't either. I'd heard of the author because of her other book, Serpent something, Throne. Hello? No! What is this? No. Can we shut up, please? As I was saying, this author has some other book that's like Girl, Serpent, Throne, I think that's the name of it. But I'd never heard of this before, so when my friend recommended it, I was like, it's a Snow White retelling. I'm down to reading it. It is very much a Snow White retelling. It has a like dark element to it, at least from what I've read so far, and I enjoy it. There's some magic, there's some weird stuff going on, and there's also like low-key lesbian vibes, so I'm kind of living so far. That's the update for Magical Readathon. I still have so many books to get through. I'm so not gonna complete this. And here I am procrastinating, but whatever. I might have to like switch to some manga, some of the prompts, because I already feel it. I already feel that I'm not gonna get to all the books that I wanted to. But whatever. Smell you later. It has been a while since I last spoke to you because I got sick. My mom had this like cough going on and I think she gave it to me. So if my voice sounds sickly, it's because I am. So here's what I've read since I last spoke to you. First, I finished Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashardust. I don't know, actually. I read the author's like bio on Goodreads, and I think it had like a how to pronounce her name, and it said Bashardust, but Bashardus sounds better to me in my head. So I don't know. This author, I really loved this. I gave it a 4.5, not expecting it. So I think this was for Conjuration, which is to read a book that your friend recommended to you. So thank God for my friend, because this was so good. If you like retellings that are actually good, with a bit of darkness, sapphic relationship, but the book does not focus on a romance. It focuses on a mother-daughter relationship. So it was so good. I would really recommend this if you like all those things that I just mentioned. I can't speak either. One more book. That means I've done 2 prompts out of 8 that I need to do. By the way, today is the 26th. We don't have that long. And then I finished Becoming by Michelle Obama. This, I have never read a nonfiction before, so to rate this feels really weird. Like, I want to rate it from my own enjoyment, like in general, which is what I do with other books. So I gave it a 3.5 because it is very interesting. I really liked Michelle's childhood. That's my favorite part. It's the first part, which is Becoming Me. But other than that, I'm not really a politics kind of person, so it's not as interesting to me. If you do like politics and would like to know what goes on inside the White House, maybe you would like this more than me, but I just don't care that much, so that's why I gave it a 3.5. And then today, I'm starting this. I just read a recap of the first book because I had completely forgotten a lot of the like minor things that went on, which if you have never heard of this series, I wouldn't blame you. It's from like 2014. When were you actually written? This is the sequel, so it might not be as accurate, but I'm not getting the other one. 2017, close enough. The first one follows Britta. Her dad is murdered. The king's, like, not assistant, what is it called? Right-hand man, whatever, something like that. He thinks that her dad's, like, mentee, I think that's the name of it, slash the boy she's in love with, killed her dad. And since she's like committed a crime or something, the king's right hand makes a deal with her, which is if she can find and apprehend the guy, Cohen is his name, then she will be pardoned of her crimes and she will get her dad's estate given to her because there's some fucking law. So she does that with an entourage of like the king's guard, something like that. I had forgotten about them, so it was interesting reading the recap because I was like, oh right, that existed. So yeah, I'm gonna read this. If I also give this one a 3, will I buy the third one? I don't know, because they're really pretty books. They're so pretty, and that's kind of making me biased. But if it's like a 2, I will not. That's just, maybe I won't. My plan for the rest of the week, obviously I'm gonna try and finish this today. Hopefully, probably won't happen. I have you on top of the books, which was really well thought out. I feel violently ill right now. Okay, I had a moment. After I finish Ever the Brave, I was thinking of reading this, and I want to annotate this, so it might take longer than expected, but it does have slightly bigger font than some books, so hopefully it will not be that bad. And it's almost 400 pages, so I don't know. And then after that, The Gilded Wolves, because I need a break in between annotating. And this one is the shortest book, and yeah. I think I'm gonna love it because my best friend hated it. And we are just
the epitome of opposites attract when it comes to books. And everything else, I think we're the same. But yeah, this one is slightly less pages than Good Omens. And finally, I'm gonna read the 2 books in Renegade series, which also has big writing, so hopefully this will be fine. I had started this previously once upon a time, but I never continued. And also, yes, it is a playing card that I have as a bookmark, and it's the Joker. Why? I don't know. So that is the plan for my reading for today's the 26th, 27, 28, 29, 30. 5 days I have left to read 5 books. This is not happening. Basically during the weekend I just have to like ignore my family, ignore everything, and just like read. Because I did this once again to myself. I did it last year as well, where I had to read the 3 biggest books of the Percy Jackson series in 2 days. And I did it, but then in May I was mentally exhausted. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go into my misery that is my bed and maybe read. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna read a little bit. And then we see what happens. I'm probably not gonna update you very frequently since I'm sick. I'll see you next time I update you, which possibly is after I finish this book that I'm reading right now, Ever the Brave. Bye! I have some updates. I am feeling better, so cool. I finished Ever the Brave yesterday. I read it almost in one sitting during one day. I just read 50 pages the day before. It was okay. I gave it a 2.5. The love interest is kind of, not the tea. He's kind of toxic, I guess. He's just weird, and there is a love triangle, and I preferred her to end up with the king, not Cohen or whatever his name is. So I have finished this book, which was for the prompt of lore, which is to read a book with a map in it. So now I get to read this, and I have started it. I read the first chapter or whatever this is in the beginning part, the first part, whatever it's called. And I'm a little bit confused, so I'm kind of scared that maybe my 5-star prediction for this is way off. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna try and read the whole thing today, but we'll see how it goes. Because I have 4 books to read, like 3 days. Realization hit. That is the update, and I'm gonna go read because I really have to. It is the 1st of March and I did not finish my 8 books. From what I remember speaking to you about last was I started this and I DNF'd it on page 125 because I could not deal with the writing style. But since I have over 200 guild points, I can count a DNF, a genuine DNF. So I'm gonna count this for what I chose it for, which I don't know which one it is. It might be Spells and Incantations. It was the one that is a book between the pages 389 and 415. Even though I read 125 of them, it still counts. Then yesterday, I finished the Gilded Wolves. I ended up giving this a 3, I think. It had potential, but it just didn't get to the potential. At least not in this book. I don't know about the other 2. Will I read them? Maybe not. So the prompt for this one was to read a book with wolves. I think it was shape-shifting. So the 2 remaining prompts were to close your eyes, shuffle books, and point at one and read that one. And originally I picked Arch Enemies, but I actually changed it last minute yesterday because I knew I was never gonna get to Arch Enemies. And I ended up reading My Little Monster Volume 4 because I did a little wheel spin, which I'll put on the screen. Yeah, and I got that out of the manga that I chose because I knew I was not going to read an actual novel. The last prompt that I had, I don't remember which one, but I will put it, I think it's Demonology. Don't remember. Was to read Renegades. I read until page 408 yesterday. This is just me marking halfway through. Doesn't matter. I read this and I annotated it, which is probably why it was taking longer than it was supposed to. I also procrastinated, got distracted by my family, whatever. It's my own fault for not finishing, but I'm giving myself today to finish it, and we're gonna count it.
I know it's kind of cheating, but we're still gonna do it. I hope that the plot twist isn't bad. We'll see. I'll finish it today, 100%, because it's really good. So Magical Readathon has officially ended. I already said that in the previous clip, I think, but it's been too long, so I don't remember. I did finish Renegades the day I talked to you. I annotated it, so it took a little bit longer, and also I got distracted sometimes, but I did really like it. I think I gave it a 4. I don't think it was a 4.5. It was just extremely predictable, which is really sad because I fucking hate predictable books. But I love Marissa Meyer, so it just ended up being a 4. If it wasn't predictable, it could have been a 5. Maybe if I read this when I actually bought it a million years ago in like 2017, I would have liked this more because I wasn't a genius like now. But yeah, the only problem with it really was the predictable aspect of it. So that was sad, but the rest of it is amazing, super fun. I'm excited to continue with it because I haven't. Also, for those who have read this, the ending was so predictable. So I have completed the spring equinox. Now I'm just gonna have to prepare myself mentally, hopefully, for August. If it does happen in August, if not September, whatever. It is over. I completed it. I've done the first part. Wow. Let's recap really quick all the books that I read. The first one is Animal Studies, which was to flip a coin. And for that I read Becoming by Michelle Obama. So that was book 1. Pretty large, content with that. Then was Conjuration, which was a book recommended by a friend. And I read Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashar-Doost, I think. I still don't know how to say it, if I'm honest. This was the best book of all of them, I think. Then it was Demonology, which is a book compared to your faves, which I chose Renegades, which I already talked about. Spells and Incantations, I DNF'd it. It was supposed to be a book between 389 to 415, I think. I DNF'd Good Omens. I'm still counting it because I have over 200 guild points, so I can count a genuine DNF, and I consider this a genuine DNF. Inscription was a book on your top highest shelf, and I read Recursion by Blake Crouch. I think this one was the worst one I read. For Lore, which is a book with a map in it, I read Ever the Brave by Erin Summerall. For Restoration, I chose initially Arch Enemies, but I did not obviously read that, so I read a manga instead. I spun a wheel and I got the 4th volume of My Little Monster, which I did read, and it was okay. And lastly, for Shapeshifting, which was to read a book with wolf on the cover, title, whatever, I read Gilded Wolves. That's it. So these are all the books that I read. I need to put them down. This was probably a really stupid, irrelevant vlog, but I wanted to just document what I did. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I just wanted to document what I did and what I read. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird vlog.